Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to paper tune and show you why it's important. So just so you know, when I started, I've already set my bow up. I've paper tuned it close, but you don't put a ton of effort into it because after you torque tune, it's probably going to mess it up. Now, just so you know, there are two different ways to torque tune. You can torque tune using your sight or you can torque tune using your rest. For me personally, I always torque tune using the rest because my sight needs to stay where it is so I can see it through my peep. So with that said, I'm at 50 meters right now. If this is your first time doing this, start at 20 yards. That way you don't miss the bail in case it's way off. Now, you can torque tune using any kind of rest. And this is beneficial because if you shoot in wind, up and down hills, or in pressure situations, anytime that you put a little bit different pressure on your grip, this is going to ensure that it's still gonna hit the middle. So what I'm gonna do is basically show you guys how this works, and we're gonna see if I can make this better. So the first thing that you're gonna do is shoot an arrow straight up, which means without torque, to find your zero. So I'm gonna start off by doing that. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do next is shoot an arrow torquing it to the right. Now, I always test it both directions. You may notice that when you shoot, you miss a little more one way or the other. That's just, it's hard to make a good shot when you're torquing the bow this much. So I'm gonna draw back, anchor, and then torque the bow to the right. To do that, I grip the front of the bow right here and I just twist like that. You'll notice, you'll see my stabilizer move. And one word of advice, when you torque, it's gonna basically uncenter your housing from your peep sight. You wanna make sure that you recenter that before you shoot, or it's basically gonna throw off the test. So I'm gonna draw back, anchor, and start with a right torque. Okay, that is tough. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is test it the other way, just to be sure. I'm gonna draw back, anchor, and torque to the left. We got a big spread there. So here's the beauty for me, because I shoot the AE Freak Show QD rest. There's two different ways that I can move this. It makes my life really easy. So the first way is just by moving this whole body, and the whole body can basically go forward and backwards, and that is the direction that you're moving your rest when you torque tune. It's not up and down, it's not in and out, it's the whole rest forward and back. Now, one other cool thing about this rest is on the inside here, we have the new sling blade. You can see these holes and all the different adjustments there to move your rest blade forward and backwards. And that just gives you that much more room when you're torque tuning. So for me personally, since I still have a lot of adjustment room here on my rest body, I'm gonna go ahead and start by moving that. Okay. Now, for those of you that haven't done this before, a little bit can go a long way. So I would say move your rest a 1/16 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch. On this, I would say just one detent, because there are detent marks. And for me, I already know that was pretty widespread. It's gonna need a little bit more than that. So gave mine about 3 detents. Gonna tighten her down, and now I'm gonna test it again. Now this is just guess and check. Okay, what you're trying to do is find that perfect spot where when you torque, everything's gonna line up. So you might have to do this a few times. It might take 3 or 4 adjustments to get it where you want it, and that's okay. So now that I move my rest, I'm gonna go ahead and try this test again on the right target, and we're gonna see if that adjustment I made helps at all. So you're gonna start again by shooting one arrow straight up. Moving your rest that much may change your point of impact. So shoot one normal one first without torquing. Okay. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. I'm just gonna start off by shooting an arrow, torquing to the right. And I'm gonna finish it off by torquing one to the left. All right, let's go check it out. Okay, so when I started, the center arrow there was my first one. When I torqued to the right, it hit here. When I torqued to the left, it hit way over there. After moving my rest and shooting again, this was my first one, this was my right torque, and that was my left torque. So as you can see, just by moving my rest in and out, it minimized my left and right misses drastically, okay? Anyone who's gonna shoot hunting, tournaments, should definitely take the time to do this. I just did this in 5 or 10 minutes. Again, it may take you a few times, but it is well worth it. So this is basically what I do on every new setup. Now that I'm done torque tuning, I'm gonna go back to the paper tuner, and now I'm gonna really put some effort into getting that bullet hole that I want. I hope that this tip helps everybody. I hope that you guys give it a try and let me know what else you wanna see in the future.